Hey guys, it's Simone and Crystal. Today is Monday, June 1st. It is 9:58 a.m. and we're going to do a read on the riots, what's going on in the US, as well as like coronavirus, what that looks like also due to the riots, and also we wanted to quickly touch on what's going on in Nigeria. I don't know if you guys heard, but there was a 22-year-old young lady who was in a church praying and she was brutally raped by some men, and then her head was bashed in with a fire extinguisher. She was in a coma for 3 days and died. So there's a lot of uproar right now in Nigeria because of that. So we want to cover, all of that information within this read. Hey, Chris.
Hey, you guys. Hey. Okay, so I'm going to just say the first thing that I was telling Simone this off recording. But, the saying, history repeats itself, that's pretty vague. But let's just say this, the energy recycles itself. So it comes back. So it comes back to be reused, and it's the same energy. So that's what's happening right now. Energy has come back. So these rioting and the protesting, it reminds me of when they were protesting in the 60s.
Yeah, like a Martin Luther King, Malcolm X.
A Martin Luther King type of thing, because it's nationwide. It's a state. Everyone's doing it. I wouldn't classify it as like the LA riots. No, that was just localized or like just in that area. No, I'm talking about like 60s civil rights type of movement.
Yeah, I could see that.
Energy. So the energy has, so history is repeating itself but I'll just say it's the energy that's repeating itself. It's still there.
Exactly.
And we need to fix this energy.
And that's why it's different,
so
because it's not like it's repeating itself, because now we have the technology. Now you have all the protesters video recording it, and it's like anything that they record could go viral. So they don't even necessarily need the media, because Facebook could allow it to go viral. So what you said, Crystal, it's the energy. It's the same energy, but it's not the same circumstances. So it's not history that's repeating.
You're absolutely right. And it's funny, I just had this epiphany too. And this is why we need to be very careful and see what our government and people in power are trying to push. So I know our President Trump was in this debacle with Twitter, where he said, hey, it's a threat to use. I should be able to write whatever, my offensive things or non-offensive things. And now he put in place where they want to monitor that. But that's where we get our true information. It's from these social medias. It's raw, uncut, and not filtered. So if you want to put a blockage on that, that means that you're going to try to rewrite history and rewrite stories. And that's a form of brainwashing, and that's not telling the truth, because now you're telling a story that I saw, but you're telling me, no, what I saw wasn't right or true. So we have to be very careful on when we see our government wanting to take away rights or say, hey, no, you're bullying me, when that's not the case. We need these social outlets to get the raw footage and actual factual truth, these recordings.
So
that's what I was to say.
Let's get into what's going on with the riot. So one of my first questions that I want to touch on right away is, I was asking Crystal this offline, so she'll let you know what the answer is online. Is, common sense will tell you, hey, if there's so many riots, all these people like together in one location, wouldn't that help like have a rise in the coronavirus cases? Is that going to be like now, like 2 weeks from now, there's going to be thousands of people with coronavirus, which is also because of the riots?
Yes and no. I hate saying yes and no, and no, but yes and no. So I would say like the COVID-19, think of it as the aliens invading. I know it's crazy and weird. That's like our foreign thing that came to Earth. It's very abnormal. Yeah. So think of it as that. That's our foreign UFO came down to Earth. That's that. COVID-19. But the energy on COVID-19 too is physically, it makes you ill, but then also as your body, it attacks the immune system. We know that it attacks the organs, the immune system, it attacks the whole body. So if you don't have a fighting immune system like really amped up there, and your chemistry isn't all particularly right, then you're screwed. Like you're going to be in hot waters with the COVID-19. But if you're not stressed out, if you're doing like a yoga, meditation, clearing, cleansing, and then you're eating right, all these type of things play the factors in COVID-19. And I know that they did have an article saying that the majority who's getting COVID-19 in the States are minorities. So that's black, that's Spanish, minorities, but mostly black, African Americans. And the reason why was physically we do have some ailments. Not all blacks are obese and with sick heart conditions or some type of condition. Not all of us. Some are healthy. But we all have one factor. I know it's going to sound weird, but one of the factors is we're battling this unseeing enemy. And it sounds pretty radical, but we're all different together. Our color is a problem. Our skin color, walking on Earth is a problem. Our skin color makes us prone to getting cheated from basic human rights. Meaning, I can't just walk down the street to one of my white neighborhoods without the cops being called. Being targeted. So the one common thing is being targeted, so that's a fear too, and that does something to the DNA and body in a black person, minority person's body. And COVID-19 is physically there, and then also it's like a spiritual, physical warfare.
That makes sense.
You guys to understand that. So spiritually, it does affect too. So that's why you're seeing majority is yes, black people who's getting COVID-19. But right now it's a shift due to the fact of the protesting. Not saying that all African Americans and black people and minorities are protesting. No, but it's the energy there. Like I said, that energy recycles itself on Earth. So that energy of protesting is like you're doing a yoga move.
It's like releasing the fear.
Inhaling and exhaling. Out 3 times.
Or it's like going to a boxing class. You're releasing whatever built up or energy, right?
Yeah, you're releasing the toxins. You're releasing these energy. So I'll just say the energy right now is fear energy because we're targeted because of our color. So you're targeted because of your color. So right now, it's a release of that. Like, hey, now you could let go. Now you could hey, you don't have to hold on to that negative thing because of the protesting. But now it's going into not the minority. It's going into the majority. Now they have that unseen energy now.
Wow.
Fear, trauma, and stuff. So you are going to see a resurgence, but guess what? It's not going to be. The majority is not going to be African American and minority. It's going to be the opposite. And so you're going to hear, hey, now it's European descent, the Caucasian, type of thing that we're seeing more of them coming in for COVID-19.
Interesting.
It's interesting. And this is why I say you do need science, and then you also need to have a faith-based belief too. So I believe in the other realms, and we believe in channeling and psychics and stuff. So it can come together, so we can do research on that.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
So it's interesting because I was looking at the riots personally as well, you don't necessarily need to steal or burn down stuff or do that,
True, and it's not even really a riot. It's a protest, but guess what? Yeah, they don't need to do that, but it's being taught, growing up, it's being taught. How were you taught with consequence? Or what were you taught? We were only taught violence and beating and freaking up. freaking up the community,
Oh
stuff like
wow,
that,
that's true.
aggression. That's
Yeah.
what we see and that's what we're taught in some of these hard communities. You know,
Yeah.
the majority of minorities aren't the 1% of the minority. We are not living a wealthy life. Majority of minorities were in communities where where the government has to assist and help.
Yeah.
So we're in poverty. Majority of us are in the ghettos, meaning in the projects. I'm saying like housing, public housing. Majority of us are in that. Then you have maybe a few percent, maybe a 0.0001% of black or minority that's having a middle class experience / upper class experience existence. But the majority of us is having a hard time. And so what we see in these communities is the government or the people in power, they destroy the community from ground up. So they burn down what stores we have, all types of stuff. So guess what? That's what we learned. So
it's kind of like what happened almost 100 years ago, 99 years ago in Tulsa, where the black community was burnt down, and also remember like the Black Wall Street and all of that stuff by the government. So
that's what we're just. That's what
it's like we're given a dose of what was given, in a sense.
Yes.
And I also want to touch base because I see a lot of like white people burning down buildings right now in this 2020 protest. I see them burning down buildings, but it's coming off as though it's just black people that's doing it, and that's not the case.
And it's not the case, and we know it's not the case because we're getting these raw footage showing, hey, it's not them. It's actually the majority. The majority is non-black who's committing these riots and looting. We only know what we're taught. So look at it as being in a house growing up where all you hear is cussing and you get your ass beat every single day. So guess what? When you're in an argument, you're going to cuss and then you're going to put some hands on people. You're going to fight. So these people they're not doing anything that wasn't abnormal or wasn't taught to them.
Yeah.
So black people, we don't lose. We don't really loot at riot. We don't put hands on people. The only time I see African American or black person or minority put hands on someone is when you put hands on me.
Yeah.
We only give you what you give us. Now these other people that's doing these riots and looting and busting down these stores and stuff. Majority of them are non-black, okay?
Yeah, because, they're going to Hermes.
Non-black. Because that's what, they could get away with that.
Yeah.
But we know if we ever fuck up a store with no pretense, no one did nothing to us, hey, our life is on the line.
Yeah.
We don't do things just because. We do things because there's a need, and they do things, I'm black. We do things because something was done to us. We don't just do things.
So I want to touch on so we're not going on a tangent. I want to go on to stuff. I don't know if you have anything you want to add, but where do you see this riot going? Is it beneficial for the country? Just so we're not on a tangent with stuff.
Where do I see this riot going? It's for new upcoming people that want to be in the government or in these leadership roles. It's for these new people like, hey, this is the old way. Let's do a new way. New change. I see these talked about more up front. So human rights being talked more about. Not saying that it wasn't being talked about before, but I see that's going to be number one. How do we get equal stuff? How do we get equal funding for all communities?
So you see a positive, beneficial changes going to happen for black people?
I do, but it's a process. It's a process. It's a long process because they have all these situation. So let me just tell you this. You know how I said that it's recycled energy? So they're going to come back with the same things that they did in the 60s, the same things that they did in the LA riots. They're going to say, yes, we hear you, let's fix it. Look, we've put these all four of the, I don't know how many cops there was. Look, we put them in jail now. Now let's get back to normalcy. They're going to try to soothe us with the superficial things.
Yeah.
Or surface things. But that's not going to work because you're going to have another resurgence.
Mm-hmm.
But the people that want to be in the leadership role, they're going to know, hey, we don't want nothing like this to happen again. We do need to place new amendments, new laws, new stuff.
Oh, that's good.
For it. But it does take a while.
Yeah, that makes sense.
A while, you know?
How long do you see the protests and riots going on? I think we're on because this happened on Monday last week, but the video didn't get out until Tuesday, so we're on technically day 5 or 6 of the protests, because I think protests really started either Tuesday night or Wednesday morning, and it's Monday of the following week now. So it's been 5-6 days.
So it's interesting. So there's going to be two factors that play. Okay, so it's political too. Okay. So when November comes, it's still going to be protesting, but they're going to shift in the media. They're going to try to get back on talking about COVID-19. So they're going to start releasing little charts saying, hey, it's no longer blacks that's getting it.
Yeah.
COVID. It's the, non-blacks, non-minorities getting it. So the white allies can go inside the house and be safe.
Yeah.
Because COVID is still, it's very, I don't know how to put it without sounding.
No, just say what you gotta say. This is a read.
They're going to be protesting up until November and even after November. But in the media, they will not be covering it as much.
Yeah.
It's just like what they did with COVID. They're going to try to divert or whatever. They're going to try to say, hey, let's get back on track with COVID. Let's go get back on track on getting the jobs reopening.
Yeah.
The stores and the businesses reopen. They're going to try to cover that, but what people are seeing is that they're still protesting. So we're in, what's today?
It's June 1st.
May still?
This is June 1st.
June 1st. We're here, and they're not until November. But they're going to just try to stop.
All right, that makes sense. Okay. So, I lost my thought, but basically, I remember. What does that look like? Okay, so we're not necessarily going to go back to work, I know a lot of places are trying to open back up, but how do you open up if the people are going to loot and riot? There's a lot of businesses that will be closed for good. I saw that Target closed 185 of their stores temporarily due to what's going on with the riots. So my question basically is, do you see there being a food shortage in the next couple of months? Are businesses going to open up? Because how are you going to open up if you think you're going to get looted or, with everything that's going on?
Yes. All of that. Yes. They're going to reopen. As there's going to be even more people out of the job because now some of the stores or these companies that's getting burned down, there's nowhere to go. Because they've looted and rioted in there.
Yeah.
There's going to be a food shortage too, but that's going to rise or make more reasons to protest because now people are going to be like, I'm hungry too. Now we protest about food and unfairness.
So that probably helps with the cycle keep going on all the way up into like November.
Yeah, and well, it's like we don't want a band-aid for a wound. We want stitches.
Yeah. So what?
That's that, and they're giving band-aids for wounds.
Yeah. So what is the governmental fix? Because last I heard they were thinking about giving another stimulus check, a second stimulus check. But is that even going to be the case? Because now it's like there's so many buildings and that were burned down or looted that they have to think about it.
One of the briefs I said incentives. Oh my gosh, these are the incentives. But I was thinking about just jobs being reopened. They're gonna give incentives, meaning, hey, get back in the house, stop protesting. Not saying that's bad or anything, but they won't verbally. Maybe Trump won't verbally say that, but they'll use words that actually mean, hey, get back inside the house and we'll give you a check. Get back inside the house and you'll get your water turned back on. They're going to start doing some wild, crazy shit.
Damn.
So right now, if you're still able to access your local grocery store or your Target and stuff, Walmart or whatever, access it.
So you want us to do like another big stock up? Because I thought things were dying down. Because the grocery stores got back to a normal flow. Like I see toilet paper in there.
Yes and no. Yeah, so you should be stocking up. It's a wave.
Yeah.
Like this COVID-19 thing comes so fast and it blindsides everyone. Right now, our COVID-19 looks like a protest.
Yeah.
That's it. But it came by so fast. No one was even prepared to do a protest. It just happened.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's gonna just happen where they're gonna shut down powers. This is what they're gonna do, the government, because there's gonna be more people are coming out to protest. What the government's gonna say incentive is, hey, they're gonna say people aren't following curfew, so we're gonna shut down all lights. Come 8 o'clock, come 6 o'clock.
I could see that.
Come 5 o'clock p.m. All waters will be turned off at 4 p.m.
They could do that, turn off water?
Stuff like that.
That's even going to be more uprising.
And that's what's going to wow up people too. What the fuck's going on? This is not a democracy. That's going to set people off. But I don't think they're not going to put that out like that in the media because they know. If you put certain things out there, it's
rile people up even more. Yeah.
But we have social media. That's the thing. We have social media. So majority of the people now we have social media. So we're getting the information regardless of a news anchor telling me. We're getting it either way. It's not faster than what the news is saying.
Right.
So people in other communities will be like, hey, down in wherever, they just shut off our water and said, it's because of curfew. You guys didn't do curfew. And then someone in New York will be, hey, that's what they're doing here too. Someone in Georgia is going to be like, hey, they're doing that here too. And that's going to wow up people.
I know. Even the fact that
information from social media.
Even the fact that cities have curfews now, it's crazy because I don't even think we had curfews for COVID-19. I know they told us to not be in groups of more than 6, but I don't think there were curfews.
And look at it. Curfew is sunrise, sunset. We had that in slavery. Or we had that, segregation time. Sunrise, sunset. Don't let your don't be caught outside when the sun goes down because that's when shit happens. Now that's that, but it's not segregation. We're together. We're not segregated.
Right.
Physically, you don't see that, but it's the same energy.
This energy reminds me of Germany, France during World War II. When they had their curfews.
That. Yep, it's that. So we all know what happened with the Holocaust and stuff. Yeah, people were rioting and doing stuff, but these enforcement are going to get tougher, if not stricter. So while you have a little bit of freedom, stock up on what you need to stock up on.
Yeah.
Meaning, stock up on your bricks, stock up on your food, stock up on your water, stock up on your radio.
What was the first thing you said? Stock up in your what?
Bricks.
What's, that's what I thought you said.
Stock up on something that will protect you.
Stock
up on rock. if you know, I'm not going to, we're not supposed to
yeah.
like shit. If you're able to, you know.
Yeah. Well, you know.
Go do that.
So here's my thing. Are we still, you know how you said there's going to be different phases of the coronavirus? Right now, because they're not broadcasting it as much, I feel like we're off of the coronavirus in a sense.
But we're not.
We're not?
We're not off of it. The thing is, too, why people are so, it's a lot of factors. It's not just, we're fighting a pandemic, yes. We're fighting a pandemic, yeah. Everyone's fighting it. The factor is that there's a pandemic, there's police brutality, and then there's also healthcare brutality where they're killing minorities. Like, we all saw that. It's a rise of state. There's not a lot of minorities in the hospital right now because they're getting their fix through protesting. They're getting their healing through protesting.
Yeah.
So as we can't control them. Well, if they can't control them through the police, they control them through the healthcare system. If we can control them through the healthcare system, what the fuck do we do?
Oh, interesting.
So that means we control them through money. If that money ain't working, they're giving incentives. If money
That's why
ain't
you
working,
said the
we
money
control them through curfew. If curfew ain't working, we control them through food. Through food banks and not giving them food or rations. It's weird and wild. We're in a war right now. It doesn't look physically like a war, but the mentality should be as if you're in Afghanistan or something.
So what does this look like for the presidency? Do you see, let me just go out and say it straight. Do you see Trump winning? Or is it Biden? What does that, because right now, like, the whole country hates, as a whole, or at least what they're saying to the media.
Yes,
they hate him.
This is where free choice comes in, and this is where the citizens have to be current on their information. You can't just be getting fed through the news. You can't just be getting fed through social media.
Exactly, that's true, because you remember during his presidency when he was running, we all thought Hillary was going to win because everyone was saying, we hate Trump, only Hillary, and then it's like he won. So it's like you guys say one thing, but you do something else. So what's the verdict?
Exactly. Because so right now, majority now is protesters. So let me tell you what right now looks like. Right now looks like minorities, black people have found the immunity to fucking COVID-19. They're not really dying as much.
Yeah.
Right now, that's what it looks like. Like, okay, we found like something. I don't know if it's the medicine. They're thinking it's the medicine or something.
Yeah.
Social distancing, whatever. Right now, black aren't dying from COVID-19. I'm just being very vague. Not saying that all is. And right now,
but we should still wear we should still wear masks and stuff too, though, right?
Yeah, obviously you still do your protocol. I'm just talking vaguely, superficially. Right now, like the virus isn't the problem for us. That's not the big issue. Sorry, I lost the train of my thoughts. Right now, what they're trying to do is influence through media and stuff. Right now, they're going. If Trump wants to win, this is how he'll play it. Saying, hey, look, COVID-19 is at a surge. Like, we're going down. We're decreasing the victims or whatever, seeing patients coming with COVID-19. He's going to say that. And remember, media. Right now is protesting. Majority of the people want to protest for human rights.
Yeah.
99% of people in the United States want change for human rights. That's the majority. But what they're going to feed 99% in the media is that COVID-19 is going down. And Trump will say, hey, look, COVID-19 is going down because of what I put in engaged. And he's going to say, hey, and guess what? Stimulus check is on the way. He's going to become Santa Claus in a sense.
Interesting.
Good news. He's coming with good news. And people are going to see that. That's why you have to get your information from everywhere.
Yeah.
And they're going to say, oh, okay, wow, he is doing a good job. I'm going to vote for him. He ain't such a bad guy. I'm going to vote for him.
Mm-hmm. And you know what? Time out. So a post just popped up from Trump that he wrote yesterday, and he was talking about how 80% of the rioters in Minneapolis, they're from out of town, and that they're messing with businesses, but they're especially messing with African American small businesses. So it's almost like you guys like. You know, it's almost
look,
like
I'm looking out for you guys.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
so he's like coming with that angle already, as you were talking about. This is kind of funny. It's almost like maybe it's not you guys that's doing it. Maybe it's like the white people that's doing it because they're only messing with the African American small businesses. And see, I'm with you.
It's a tactic.
Yeah.
So, and they'll deliberately, and not saying that there is black business stuff been getting looted and fucked up. Mm-hmm. They would go out their way to, hey, this is a black person who owns that. The government will go out of their way and fuck that up and say, see, it's them who's doing it.
Yeah.
Whatever. That it's a tactic to soothe and to calm people down. But yeah, he could win through that. That's what I'm saying. It's free choice and free will. Yeah. Everyone has to play a part, meaning you have to see how they're seeing the media. So when you see them say all of that, hey, look, COVID-19 is going down here. Go into the room, stimulus check. No, you could say, hey, talk about curfew being strict. Talk about you guys turning off the water. Talk about you guys shutting all the lights out. Mm-hmm. But you wouldn't know that if you weren't getting your raw footage. And then the media don't want to talk about that because the majority is about protesting. So we don't want everyone to protest.
Yeah.
But it's honestly it's 50-50. Like I said, it's how they play it out. But my end, I would say I would want someone new in there because a clean face means
change.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Honestly, a new face is always change.
And I think about Obama had really good timing too with like his presidency ending because think about it, like the pandemic started and then like
that would look so bad.
It would look so bad.
The end has world for, and guess why? A nigga was in the White House.
Exactly. Even though he's like half black.
And
but
that would have never happened again.
Exactly. Imagine if this was going on during his presidency. Like at least.
I wouldn't even be. I don't know if a woman was running, but like in the near future. But like I wouldn't be surprised that they would make a woman run because people want change.
Yeah. But it makes sense.
So whoever want to run in a woman. Shoot, they might even let another black person come up in there again. Mm-hmm. But yeah, honestly, this is a time when you should be looking at everything, your news and your social feed, because your social feed is giving you raw information. You're getting to see the live. You're not hearing a regurgitated story. You're actually seeing the story live.
So here's my question, though. When do you see? So you said the coronavirus is still at a peak. You know, like maybe it's going to go down a little bit in black people because we're releasing that energy by, even if you're not out protesting, you're still kind of like, that energy is in the atmosphere, the frustration and the release of that, it's getting out. It's almost like doing yoga or boxing, it's getting out.
Yeah, the toxins.
Yeah, but when do you see this going down? And then when do you see the second phase coming back up? So we're still in it.
When it began, it's like March. I forget what.
I think it was around March or so, like maybe February, March-ish. March is when it got bad, but we started seeing.
That's when we saw it.
Mm-hmm.
So I want to visualize this with you guys. I want to say it properly. But you know how like it's going down?
Yeah.
It is going down because it's not being talked about too, but there's a different energy. It looks like it's going down too. But it shifted. Instead of it being affecting minorities, it's affecting Europeans.
Yeah.
But the rhetoric was, hey, it's affecting African Americans. So they're going to say, hey, it's going down, when in fact it's really not. It's just bounced off of blacks and went on to something a little lighter or whatever. A different race.
Well,
it looks like it's so it's weird. It's still coming the same time. February, March. That's when we thought you're going to see a resurgence, and they're going to say, "Hey, it's not really affecting blacks as we thought. It's Europeans."
Yeah.
But it's very weird. It's still there. I don't want you to see, I don't have to do what I need to. It's just saying 2020 and 2021 is something like take precautions and take action and try to do it pre-advance.
It's interesting because, like, this has become our norm, that it just feels normal, where it's like I don't feel scared anymore, so I don't feel like, I wear my mask sometimes, but I feel like I don't necessarily have to because, you can't really see it. It's not like war where you could see the bombs dropping close to your house and you could see the disaster, so you know how to take the precautions. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So.
Mm-hmm. But let me tell you that I know exactly what you mean. It's so funny that you said that because I am exactly that. But it's so funny. I would have never said this to you, but I'm channeling you guys.
Yeah.
Throughout this whole talk, I'm channeling. What they want us to remember, yes, take the precautions and stuff, but take it another step. Try to invest in a gas mask. Because remember, there's a lot of protests.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't matter. And remember, you're black. It doesn't matter if you're a non-violent black or a violent black. They want your head.
Mm.
Take precaution. Wear a gas mask when you go out. I don't give a frick. And there is not gas in the ear right now. Just remember, you're black. And it doesn't matter if you're good or bad. They'll throw something at you.
But here's I barely wear the whole cloth mask. Now I need to wear gas.
Invest in that.
Okay.
This is the time when you invest in that because they're going to start cutting production. Remember, I'm telling you, they're going to cut water. They're going to cut lights. They're going to fuck people up when curfew hits. They don't even care if you have to go to the hospital.
And just as a caveat, just make sure you know
at 8 p.m.
how to put the gas mask on, because if you don't put the filters in correctly, because I've worn a gas mask before, if you don't put the filters in correctly, you could stifle yourself inside of there. If it's fogging up on your face, that probably means your filter isn't in correctly, so it's like suffocating your breathing. So make sure that you could breathe.
Yeah, but it's like stock on what you can right now. It doesn't hurt. It only hurts if you don't have it.
Yeah.
But what they're saying too, like, I know it's all jokes and stuff. I don't know if we were laughing and stuff or like, oh my God, it's over there, not over here. No, it's on everyone's door. Yeah, we're not out there protesting, but we do want change. But yeah, you might not be protesting, but you still need to be actively aware and prepared. That's what they're saying. Please be prepared. I know that you see other counterparts with protesting and stuff. Not saying that you're not. We're not protesting, obviously, but that doesn't mean that you don't need to buy you a gas mask.
So now I need to do research of where to get a gas mask.
Just do research on everything. Get water. But get flashlight, get water, restock on your medication. Try to get some food.
So when does the coronavirus go down? When does it stop?
Right now, it's going down. We're not talking about that right now.
Okay.
I'm not saying.
Because you said that it was still high.
Right now, it's going down. Right now, it's gone down. You're not really hearing much about corona, right? So right now, think of the charts going down.
Okay.
It is going down. To the mere fact that I said that niggas are healing themselves through protests.
Oh, okay.
That was one factor. So right now, it is going down. It is down. It is down right now.
And then it picks back up?
But Yeah, then it gets back up because they're gonna appease people. They're gonna appease us through stimulus check. They're gonna appease us through, hey, we're about to throw these baton bullets. It's not rubber bullets. It's called baton bullets. Yeah, they changed that name because it was too goddamn aggressive. But baton bullets to fuck up your whole face and hurt your body.
Yeah.
No offense, but worse than a goddamn bullet, if not. Yeah, they're gonna do. Right now, COVID-19 is down because we're protesting, so it is down right now. But that does not mean you do not go to the store and do what you need to do. If COVID-19 is down, but that doesn't mean do not buy your medications and stock up on water. Because COVID-19 is down, but the enforcement is not. It's even heightened and worse. Remember in one of the earlier reads, I was like, yeah, go outside while you can.
Yeah.
Curfew. COVID-19 is down, but they're going to put curfews down, extreme curfews down because of protesting.
Wow. So if it's not one thing, it's something else.
They're going to take away people's food and shit and lights and stuff because of protesting. It's like you have to stock up.
Wow. Let's touch on what's going on right now in Nigeria. I know offline I told you about what happened. So Crystal hasn't read the article yet, and I vaguely skimmed through the article, and I have like some African friends on my Facebook. But basically what I read that was going on was the Nigerian 22-year-old girl, she was in church praying. I guess she was by herself, and a couple of guys came in, they raped her, and then they bashed her head in with a fire extinguisher. She was in a coma for 3 days and died. So now there's a lot of uproar in Nigeria, and also on like social media, Twitter, with a hashtag for the young lady. I think she's like, I don't know how to say it. It's UWA. I don't know how to say her name. For her. So I don't know if you want to touch base on that and how the country is how Nigeria is gonna, like react to that and what changes they're gonna make.
So the energy, and this is for everything. The Earth energy, Earth. All of us live on planet Earth. The energy was we take and there's no consequence. Yeah. That's the energy. But that's not the case. You take and consequence comes. That's what we have to relearn or reprogram ourselves, and that's what we're seeing in Nigeria too. It was okay to take and no consequence because I can. And that's the problem. The problem is, no, there needs to be checks and balances for every single thing we do. And it's the energy. I don't know how to describe it. It's a political shift in Nigeria along with the earth because of the energy. The whole energy is we take. It doesn't mean resources we take non-resource. We just take and we don't expect nothing to happen. Give me that because I want it. That's that. But for Nigeria, that's a political statement, and then also for a culture change. Meaning that this has been a problem long overdue.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm not just saying for Nigeria, but I'm going to just say Nigeria.
Yeah.
It's been a problem long overdue. Like I said, people have been taking and there's been no repercussion, meaning they've been taking their resource on Nigerian land and they've been getting the shit end of the stick, meaning they're getting bare minimum, if not less.
Yeah.
So, I don't know what resource Nigeria has, but let's just say it's, I don't know, diamonds or let's say it's diamond and oil. Okay, well, other countries coming in and taking it, but they're giving us 1 penny for our diamond and oil. And obviously, diamond and oil is not 1 penny. 1 cent. It's more than that. So the country can't even get a break. And then 99%, I don't want to offend, but 99% of the majority of the people in Nigeria is below poverty line. That's the problem. And so what you saw there just think of the woman for Nigeria is of Nigeria. The woman, I will call her Lua. I don't know how to pronounce her name. Lua is the metaphor for Nigeria, the country, Nigeria. And those three guys, or whoever they were, is the metaphor for outside or for being taken advantage of. Take. And so they want to make an example of that. No more. We don't want people to just take it with no consequence. You take and you get consequence. And it's going to be a shift for the country. They want their majority of their citizens to be above the poverty line. So it's going to be a change in cultural views and culture in general.
Got it.
We want to start uplifting instead of just giving away things for one person to be a millionaire. They don't want that. They want everyone to be well off instead of just one getting gratification or seeing
right
the good.
That makes sense. So, I remember offline we were touching on, I want to bring it back to the U.S. Real quick. You were saying, the guy, the white guy that had his knees on George Floyd's neck that killed him, the police officer. You were telling me, you know what, like, you thought he would be remorseful, maybe after all the backlash and the protests and all of that. But then when you saw his picture, like his arrest picture, his eyes were still so cold, like in the sense that he still didn't give a damn.
Yeah.
Could we touch on that energy? Like, what was going through his mind when he did that? Is it like, oh, I have no checks and balances, I could do this? Did he think that he was going to die? Like, what's going on there?
Yeah, he wanted it dead. Really? And they thought, they already surveillance that area. I don't know. I'm going to just call the 5 gang. I think there was 5 of them. I don't know.
I think there was 4, but yeah. It was an Asian and 3 white cops. I think there was 4.
Yeah. Yeah, but whatever. I'm going to call them the little gang. Mm-hmm. So this was premeditated from a psychic readout.
Yeah.
Probably something. But they know that area. They not saying that they knew George was going to be there at that time with that fake ass $20 bill. No, not saying that. But they knew the area. The cops knew the area. They know this is their thing. We look at the area and we look where the cameras are.
Yeah.
That's just their thing. So how they park is, okay, I know a camera's there. I'm covering that because they wanted to fuck him up.
Yeah.
Or one of those. Again, I'm not saying they knew he was going to be there. No, but it could have been anybody. Again, it could have been anyone. They wanted to fuck people up. That's a gang of badness. Those people who was involved was in a gang of badness. But I think the Derek guy, he's the one who had his knee in Ford's neck. They worked with each other for about 17 years, I heard. They knew each other for 17 years. I heard somewhere. And they worked a security place together. And that Asian guy, or the Asian-looking guy, is the brother-in-law for Derek. So his sister was married to Derek. That's what I heard through the grapevine. But energy-wise, the picture that I saw, the first picture that I saw of him, I think that was a young picture they put up of him because his hairline was totally different. So the first picture they showed of him, he was in like a red shirt, I think. I don't remember it, but that was like an old picture, and I saw like sort of remorse on that, but not really. It wasn't remorse. It was, I'm saddened that I got caught. I'm saddened that I didn't take away the phones or just say, you know what, I'll just do this at nighttime.
Yeah.
That's what he was remorseful for. That I should have just waited, got him in the car, or whoever got Ford in the car at nighttime, bring him down.
Floyd, not Ford.
Floyd, and bring him down a deserted alley and do what I wanted to do. He said that he got caught.
Mm-hmm.
But the picture that I saw today was very cold-blooded. It showed that I did nothing wrong. This is how it's trained. This is what majority believes in. I don't know if he's a part of the white supremacy or something, but his energy really fits it.
Yeah.
And he sees it as, well, you know how it's very destructive, the energy. So I'm not a satanist, but I know some people, I've heard that any bad energy is good, like for a cause. So that guy's energy is, I might be arrested or whatever, but that means my KKK get to kill more blacks or whatever.
Oh, okay.
A few more blacks when they do the protesting. Mm-hmm. So he's looking at it as a win regardless.
Interesting.
And he really hates blacks.
Wow.
Like, now that he got found out.
And what about
the
Asian police officer that was in the video? He pissed me the hell off too, because he was just standing there. What was
everyone's complacent
going through his mind? Didn't he see that was wrong?
Yes, he did. But it's just like being called for him. I'm not saying this is right or wrong. It's just like having say you're obviously you're a black woman, or you're a black woman and you have all 5 white girlfriends, mm-hmm. and they're laughing and saying, nigger this, nigger that, nigger, in the conversation. You're sitting there, right there, and you might not laugh, but you just acted like you were dismissive.
It's almost like
act like you didn't want to hear it.
It's like you know it in your head in a sense, and it's like, F them, I may not go out with them again. Is that what that was?
Yes, exactly that. But that's a stand too.
That's
it's a stand too. And I'm not saying, obviously, sometimes it's unwarranted. Sometimes you're in situations like that, it's unwarranted. Not saying that it's wrong to have that thing. I've even heard someone say that, and I just say, you know what? I'm gonna act like I didn't hear that, but I noted. Mm-hmm. Like, this interaction won't ever happen again, and
I get that example, but I get that example, but now this is extreme. Like, someone is saying they're gonna die, they can't breathe. Isn't that
exactly?
Now it's time to stick up?
That's extreme. That's where it doesn't matter culturally, gang thing. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Now you're taking life, and you should hear a life in distress call. It doesn't matter if you're uncomfortable, if you want to dismiss the racism that mm-hmm. you see every day or interact with. It doesn't matter if you know that your counterparts are going to fuck you up. It doesn't matter. You have to hear that call. Even if you didn't want to hear the call, they rung at your door. You have to do something.
Exactly, because it's different with ignoring a word, but now it's like someone's life is in danger. Like, if you're complacent, you're a part of it because you're there when it's happening.
Yeah, and I heard he said, "Kids, this is what drugs will do to you." What?
When did he say that?
No one was on drugs. That Asian-looking guy said that.
On the video?
On a video.
Oh.
Yeah, I didn't fully watch it all, but yeah.
Interesting.
And they're like, he's not on drugs. He's not on drugs. What are you talking about?
Wow.
Even if he was on drugs, what are you talking about? But this is where it gets really technical. Earth is very technical and mm-hmm. just complex. This is where it gets complex. It's just wrong all around. Like, you have to do it. Just being in that job, obviously you have situations come awry when racist shit happens. Obviously, that's a given. Shit happens like that all the time. You have the choice to say something, and you have the choice not to say nothing, and those are both right. You can say something if you want, and you can not say something if you don't want. That's fine. That comes with the territory with racist things or racist comments. You don't have to say anything. If you feel like, hey, this will be bad for me, it's better off if I don't say nothing, that's cool too. You're right to be, you're right to have that stance. That's fine. But now this is where it gets complex. Now you have a job where, okay, it's a police officer, and then, yeah, something racist came awry, and they're doing extreme stuff. But your job entails you have to be politically and correct. You have to have correctness because you're doing a rule job, a law job. Are you there?
Yeah, I'm listening.
Yeah, you have to do a law job. So you have to be correct in everything you do in your movements, and they missed the ball. Like, you missed the ball. From a spiritual perspective, I'm just talking from a spiritual, like, the other realm perspective. They're not saying you could react and not react to a racist thing. That's fine. That's okay. We're 100% okay with whatever you do. If you don't react or if you do react, they're okay with that on the realm, but they're not okay with that when you're in a position of leadership or whatever. It's like, how I could do an example is being a pastor and having a congregation, and then you tell them, hey, be good because God said be good. Like, we know those things. Like, oh, don't kill your neighbor. Like, we know morally that's right. But if your pastor says, hey, but if it was me, I would just take something from his house and then hit him over the head. Something like that. That's like wrong because you're bringing a whole flock. I don't know how to explain it.
Yeah, that makes sense. Like, you already did an example, so that's fine. I get it. Is there anything else that you wanted to touch base on before we close up?
So, for overall, what the Robs want us to know is it's okay to not go and protest. You have the right to and right not to. There's not a right or wrong way. The right way is to and to not to protest. Now, they're saying the grounds are saying if you have a platform where a majority of people is coming to you, like you have a platform.
Like you're a celebrity, for example.
A celebrity, too, you have to be very correct in correctness. You cannot say you cannot put your biased beliefs in things. You have to just do facts. And because then you're going to be accountable for what people do.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Because you have a platform. And then what they're saying too, yeah, it's going down. COVID-19 is going down for a majority of the minorities due to the fact of the protesting energy, the energy of feeling like, hey, I have a choice now of my life. But they're saying to do not sleep on getting your Protestant stuff that you need to get.
Yeah.
If you're running out of some water, stock up on the water. If you need a little bit more crackers, stack up on your crackers.
Okay. That makes sense.
And if you could, if you could get your hands on something to protect you, do that. Meaning, long sleeve for sun rays or whatever, or for if someone throws something at you, it doesn't get your skin. I'm not saying that you're protesting or anything. If you are or if you're not, you should still try to get stuff to protect you. Buy goggles, buy, your gas mask or whatever. But yeah, it's strange time.
All right, guys.
I don't know what to say.
Are you good? Are you done?
Yeah.
Okay. Let me stop it.